another episode of Andy's Garage, Snatch Panda, episode 18, we think. We'll have a brace of pandas on this one, but we'll start with the Snatch Panda. So the welding and filling on this hole is done, and it's got primer on it. Same with the hole that was here, welded, primed, seam sealed, and it's got the first coat of top on. I've also done around the edges with the bits of top coat, so we're ready to do the roller next probably. So yeah, that's coming along. Plan is to do this whole side and then move around to the other side, which is more complicated and going to take a while, but at least this will be done. The other bit was the door. This door was the one with the rot in the bottom corner, so have a look. So the rotty bits were there and a bit there, so they don't look too bad. I think once they've got top paint on, they'll be okay. We'll just see how quickly the rust comes back. It will come back, but how quickly? Hopefully we'll get a couple of years of it looking okay. That's the Snatch Panda, Panda 100. So this came in yesterday with the blowing exhaust, which turned out to be exhaust in two pieces. Okay, here is the exhaust. Oh, I'll pick that up in a minute. And here is the two pieces. So this flange at the bottom has snapped off. Can you see that gap, Towels? You get that? So all the way around this joint, it's come adrift. So the rest of the exhaust, which is on here, obviously, was hanging down. So this was our in the field fix to get us home, although we were home, and it would have worked. Obviously it wasn't sealing, but it was keeping the exhaust in one whole piece, and it would have kept going and would have been okay. But we knew that there was no real long-term alternative other than to replace this. So we ordered a new one, and 18 hours later this turned up, which sounds really good. However, a couple of things. We can't fit it because we need gaskets. So one of them I threw over there. The other one, this one, for the manifold to head, I ordered from the same company at the same time, thinking they'll send them in the same box. This one's due for delivery next Wednesday, and this took 18 hours. So I don't really get that. What's the point in rushing that one through a very rapid parcel force, expensive no doubt, courier service, if you don't include the gasket to fit it? So one step forward, two steps back. An examination of manifold differences. Tiles, come on down. So we'll start at the manifold itself, the casting. See the difference in thickness between the original Fiat and this copy, I assume, much thicker. The second thing you notice, if you can put your camera onto finger width vision, this is narrower than this, so that's good because we'll get more gas through the new one. However, then look at the difference in diameter between the two catalysts. I'm using my plastic French calipers. I measure it to be quite big, quite a lot smaller in inches. So that's a shame really, because although this is fine, the next bit, the catalyst, isn't so good. Similar story with the pipes, similar diameter, but the original Fiat one has a nicer bend, whereas this one, as you can possibly see there, can you, has had a cheaper manufacturer, and so it's lost a bit of diameter. Not massive, but not as nice. But the big difference, of course, is this flange. So with the original, which was pressed steel and thin and has rusted and caused the problem, this one has a much thicker, that thick, doesn't really matter, there we go, how thick it is, but it's that thick, 4 millimeters. Wow. So that's going to take a long time to rust through in the same way that that one has. Okay, so ideally we'd have this casting with that catalyst, with that pipe, and this flange. Bit of a shame really. You've got to ask yourself how many catalysts Mother Earth is going to grow in the catalyst forests of South America. Where do catalysts come from? Anyway, it's a technical question. But there's nothing wrong with this, full of its precious metals and expense. All that's wrong is the cheapest part of the apart this tiny flange at the end, which is rotten, which is a real shame. If they just spent a few pence more on that instead of that, this would be fine for years. Similar issue with the heat shield. This sits on top of the manifold and it's held on with these, the oven's beeping, I don't know where Angela the chef is, these steel inserts which bolt through. Steel into aluminium, going to cause a problem? Yes. So everywhere you can see a great big hole, the steel insert has rusted the aluminium around it away, so it's no longer held in place. So we've got two that are still there. The other 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 have rusted away. Again, who knew? Steel and aluminium in contact in a wet, hot environment would corrode. We're going to make some washers out of aluminium, but I haven't got enough. Finally, holes in here.
Mom,
I'll show them.
the oven. The oven's beeping.
Oh dear, how many things do I try to do at once?
Down here. So the concern when this job started was that all these studs would be rotten and seized and would snap off, but no, every single one of them undid fine, which was a relief. Good, makes the job easy. But we did discover that these wires to the crank sensor have lost their outer covering, so we're going to cover them with some new replacement orange plastic. And whilst we're in here, we had a look at the plugs and they seem fine, but we are in here, so why not? So we've ordered a set of plugs and an oil filter, and we'll do a service whilst it's up on the jack. So that's this week's giveaway, an entire Panda 100 front exit exhaust manifold, downpipe and catalyst. Help yourself. See you on the next one.